Welcome everyone. Today's episode, Side Hustle Career Climb, we're going to cover 5 income streams that you can start now. It's about should you double down on your career or launch a side hustle that could change your life. We'll cover 6 that I've used personally and have had success with, and I'm just continuing to build into it. I know there's all kinds of them across even YouTube or the internet. That are really good ideas. I see new ones every single day, and I'm thinking, wow, maybe that's another good one I need to try. But we'll cover the main ones in this episode, and we'll get into maybe each of them in more depth later on, or we'll find some new ones. But for right now, let's just get into this. So here we go. Number 1, freelance consulting. If you've built skills in IT, marketing, real estate, design, anything that solves a business problem, you can start consulting. And really, the beauty of consulting is if you've been doing this in your day job, you've obviously have a relationship sphere you can leverage as you transition into consulting once you decide to work on your own. And I can speak from experience with that. I've done consulting off and on when I haven't been a W-2 employee, and especially recently where I've kind of retired out of being a CIO, but I've built up a big, book of skills, as you can say, book of business, book of skills, especially with ERP. So the great thing about that is that all that knowledge that I've acquired and the ups and downs of ERP is really valuable. I can help someone solve a business problem that I've probably already experienced multiple times maybe, and that there's a lot of value in that. So whatever experience that you have or your skills, don't sell yourself short. You can set your own rates. You can go to Upwork, you can go to Fiverr, Clarity, even on LinkedIn, advertise, that you're consulting, and you'll land you some clients. The one little pro tip maybe is to package your expertise into 3 to 5 hour blocks and kind of package them that way rather than just 1 hour at a time. That way, people, you build in a little bit of a extended relationship with your client, and it may lead to more business as well as you'll get a little extra business that way. You'll build in a little bit extra billable hours, and it gives you a little bit of room too to fully solve the problem. So that's number 1. Number 2, print on demand apparel, which is something that I have my own apparel store, 83westapparel.com, and it is largely based on print on demand. I create the designs. I use companies. I use Printify and Printful, which have now merged into one company, although they still operate separately. I personally like Printify a little bit better. They're a little bit easier to use, but on the other side with Printful, they tend to have a little bit of more embroidery products and things that Printify doesn't have. The beauty of setting up print-on-demand apparel, you can do it in several ways. One way I do it is with a Wix store. What makes it real easy, you create your stuff, you push it straight to your store. And then Wix Payments handles everything for you with the transaction. I mean, it's really seamless. Probably the most time investment that you have is creating your designs, but there's ways to do that too. If you go to Envato, for example, they've got a lot of designs on there that you can browse through. They even have I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but they have a t-shirt design area. You can just look for thousands of designs maybe and pick that if you wanted to do a t-shirt specific store. But not only that way, but you can also do Amazon with merch on demand. And I'm getting started in that now. I've learned I probably need to do more than one channel. So merch on demand with Amazon. Etsy is a great one. You can set up Etsy too, and then the great thing with both Printify and Printful is you can integrate right into Etsy. And one little tip though with that, there's so many products on Etsy. You need to do keyword density searches. Try to find niches that are niches, as some people say, that that you can use to find things that are low competition, and then to kind of target that. Niche marketing, that's the way of the world anymore, and just about everything. Whether you're on YouTube, you're selling things, you've got to find a niche. You try to sell to the masses. Usually you kind of get drowned out with all the other stuff that you're competing with. But that is number 2. Number 3, digital products. You have knowledge that others may be searching for. Do you have some templates? Do you have journals or dashboards or anything you've created on your own that you think that may be useful for others? You can actually sell those on Etsy. A lot, if it's Excel or if it's Google Sheets or a slide deck, something like that. There's there's a ton of them out there. If you use it to search Etsy, you'll see. And not only that, but and that's the digital download space. The best thing about that, it's evergreen. So you sell it, or you create it once, you can sell it forever. We probably may update it occasionally, but for the most part, it's pure profit, right? So that's number 3. Number 4, YouTube or a niche content channel. And that just goes back to what we were saying in number 3. You don't need 1 million views, you just need the right audience. Build a channel around what you know, whether it's real estate or any technology, anything, tech leadership, wherever you're living, whether it's in Texas or Florida, and you can monetize through affiliate links and sponsors and your own products, and then eventually you can monetize once you get to 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours. That's kind of the trigger, to monetize purely off YouTube. But one great thing about YouTube is it builds brand authority for all the other things you're doing. So if you're selling your products or your job or your career or whatever you're doing, people have like a pseudo relationship with you as you build your audience. They feel like they know you, and especially if you're in something like I am in real estate, they see you and they automatically kind of establish a little bit of a connection. So that is there's a lot of value in YouTube, and YouTube is really a search engine just like Google. So when people hit search results, they'll find your YouTube channels or videos just like they will anything else. But you have to use the right thumbnails, titles, descriptions, and tags and keywords. You gotta play everything perfectly. And if you do that, and if it scores high, if you use something like TubeBuddy, which really is helpful for keywords and to optimize your SEO, then you're on your way. So the few videos that I've done here, they're building, gradually with views and things like that. This channel has been kind of dormant for a while, but I'm going to ramp it up, and I can see the progress already. My other channel, the West Central Florida Living, that's mainly designed to build a real estate related audience and relocation and things like that. I'm going local, and that's always a good idea to try to target a niche audience or a local audience that where you don't have as much competition and you can differentiate yourself from all the others out there. So that is number 4. 5, affiliate marketing. And this is a topic that's, that's had a little bit of a black eye in some ways. It's kind of became real competitive and saturated in a lot of ways, but there's different ways to do it now. So it's not really a dead area to do side hustles. Key example is Amazon's influencer program, which sounds like they're looking for influencers to link into Amazon. Well, really what you do is you, when you sign up, you can do product review videos, which they will then link into products. Someone watches your video and then they click in and purchase the product that you reviewed, you get a share of it. So that's one way, a really good way to be an affiliate with Amazon. And if you have a newsletter, that's another one. Beehive is great to set up a newsletter. They have their own ad network. So you produce a newsletter, you send it out to people related to the niche that you set up, going back to a niche. If it's maybe, you got a Yorkshire Terriers, got a newsletter about all the stuff related to Yorkshire Terriers. It's crazy, but people, that there's probably an audience for that, right? And then you, when they link into your newsletter and there's ads built in, well, it's monetized. So that's another good example. In your YouTube videos, whatever, just look for ways of products that you use and that you trust, you're willing to promote, that are link into your brand credibility, and look for sponsorships. Well, that one's number 5. Number 6, kind of saving the best for last, I think, is some of the Amazon platforms. I have it already covered, and the key one is KDP, or Kindle Direct Publishing. You don't necessarily have to write a novel or a big nonfiction book, although that's great. I've actually done that. I've written both types of genres and doing okay with it. But you can also just do journals or crossword puzzle books or word search books, or low content books as they call them. You can do those, and they sell actually fairly well. You submit them through the KDP platform, and it becomes a product. People buy it, and then it's printed through Amazon's bookstore, so they get it. It's like a paperback, and that's a really good way to make a little money there. That's a great side hustle. Like we're talking about Amazon, there's so many different ways to leverage the power of all the people that go to Amazon.com. And finally, with related to Amazon is you can also set up a seller account. And if you have a print-on-demand store like Printify, well, they have a built-in seamless integration to your Amazon seller account. They can push all your designs and your products over to it, and you can sell them that way rather than having to use merch on demand. The best thing about that, the advantage, is because Printify fulfills it with printing and the shipping, things like that, then you make more money. You get a higher profit margin. The one thing that's the downside, if you will, about merch on demand is you submit your designs, they create the product description for it, things like that, but you only get a royalty. So you're really getting a royalty off your design, not necessarily controlling the product. And a $15.99 t-shirt, for example, you get roughly $4 rounded, as an example, where if you, on Printify, especially if you have their subscription plans, you may have $9 in a shirt, and then you can sell it for whatever, So let's say you sell it for 18, well, you double your money, right? not counting the shipping or anything else maybe that factors in. But so that's another way to leverage the power of Amazon, but not necessarily have to go through the merch on demand platform. So hopefully all these kind of make sense. And the other thing too, we're talking about digital publishing with KDP, but you can also create templates and dashboards and things like that, and publish on Etsy. Etsy, if you look for that kind of stuff, there's a lot of it out there. Search for use something like eRank, and look for keywords of things maybe that are lower competition, keyword density and lower competition. Try to find things like that. You really got to do niche marketing on Etsy because there's so many products out there. You can really get lost if you don't hit a niche. So that is my final tip on that. If you like this video, please click subscribe and the like button. I would appreciate it, and thank you very much for visiting my channel.